Hey everyone, it's Cass here on Transform Your Life, where I teach you how to heal from mental, emotional, and physical disease by coming into balance, ease, and order via becoming aware of what is happening on a large scale all the way down to a small scale in many different ways that is keeping all of us in states of dis-ease. And by becoming aware and taking steps to come into balance, you will slowly over time be able to heal from mental, emotional, and physical dis-ease, thus reversing the aging process. Because the aging process and dis-ease are one and the same. So you guys, I wanted to share with you what has been happening with me today and step into more of my expansive energy and get vulnerable and be more authentic and step into more of my transparency as a teaching tool, and to also step into action that is healing for myself as well, because I'm actually carrying a lot on my mind and my heart in terms of my awareness, my levels of awareness around these topics of dis-ease and aging and the way we're showing up as human beings in the society. The levels of awareness I have regarding these topics are very high, and so what I want to do is express how not easy it is to be in my position. I have a lot of people make assumptions about me based upon surface level things and physical exteriors and all these different things that people are not taking the time to get to know me and get informed about me and learn about who I am and what I've been through up until this point and what I continue to go through. They look at me and they judge me on the surface, and they don't realize how much I am carrying as an individual with the awarenesses that I have. So what I wanted to do was talk about what I have been carrying by myself so that I can release this weight, okay? Because when you're carrying energetic weights, when you're holding in and carrying information, and you are a container for high levels of awareness and consciousness, and you're able to see things and understand things and express things and teach about things that a lot of people are not aware of, it can be a heavy burden if you don't have a way to express and release what is on your heart, what is weighing heavy on your heart, what is weighing heavy on your mind. And so I want to take this opportunity to share with you guys some of the things that I've been experiencing today. And I want to share it in hopes that you can apply it to your own life. And even if you're not going through the same thing, the same circumstances, you can still apply it to yourself in a way that is applicable to you, and you can utilize what I'm saying to apply healing methods to your own life, okay? How you are guided to apply these healing methods to your own life. So this morning I was being shown and given insight and information about potential future outcomes in terms of what I am embarking upon right now by sharing on my channel my discoveries that I have become aware of through scientific discoveries that have been made before me, and also me gathering that information from those who have gone before me, and then making connections through my mediumship and my other spiritual gifts. And I am stepping into breaking through my own barrier of fear here on a public platform and sharing authentically about who I am, what I believe, being transparent about my spirituality, my mediumship, opening myself up to judgment, preconceived notions, total misconceptions about mediumship, things that people who have acquired religious world views, they're conditioned to see mediumship and psychic abilities and different spiritual gifts in a very specific way that can be very negative, right? So I'm opening myself up to criticism and judgment from that standpoint. I am also opening myself up to extreme criticism when it comes to the claim I am making regarding this discovery about being able to reverse age, right? Because it sounds so fictitious. It sounds so far out there. As I've gone back and listened to my videos, I start giggling and laughing because I'm like, I can only imagine what people are thinking that have higher levels of programming that are still, for lack of a better way to describe it, in the aspect of our society that is people being a part of the matrix, where they haven't taken the steps to go through awakenings to the fact that we all have been programmed with delusion. We all have been programmed with beliefs and ways of being and thinking that disconnect us from clarity and our God energy, the way we can show up in the world in an expansive, healing, transformative way, right? So if people haven't taken the time to go on a journey of what I want to describe is being a truth seeker, being willing to evaluate and question everything it is that you have been socialized to believe, if they are attached to the ways they have been socially conditioned to view the world from the culture that they were born into, they're going to be listening to my content and be like totally probably taken aback, probably think I've totally lost my mind, right? And then to take it further, where I am claiming that you can reverse the aging process, and I'm making these claims that I have become aware of these certain discoveries through my spirituality and my mediumship and my spiritual gifts. What I was shown today, and it was shown to me for a very specific purpose through my spiritual gifts, is is the potential criticism, major criticism that will come toward me and what I am saying by academics and the masses and scientists and researchers that will reject what I'm saying. And I knew that this would happen, right? I've been preparing myself for years for this to happen. But what I was shown today, it hit me so much deeper and really almost woke me up to it was shown to me in such a way where it hit me even stronger. What I am going to be faced with when my message is more exposed, I have more of a following, and my message gets out to more and more people. And so today, I've been experiencing a lot of anxiety because I have been faced with the fear around the immense criticism and people coming toward me demanding that I prove in certain ways what I am talking about. How am I able to make these claims, and all these different demands that people are going to come forward and approach me with, right? And not only that, but just, I was shown the cruelty that will take place. I was shown the threats. I've been being shown the threats to my safety as I go along this journey, as I speak more unapologetically, as a woman who is gifted to speak truth to power, to people who are in positions of authority. And what I was guided to do was share with you guys that my life is definitely not perfect. My life is definitely not easy. I'm going through a lot of fear today, a lot of anxiety. I'm just laying here right now in a hotel room, laying back, relaxing right now because I've been dealing with a lot this week, and I've been so I'm being guided to tell you more about what I was being shown this morning. So this morning, I was being shown, I was guided to watch a couple of interviews with Elon Musk, and how in one of the interviews he was talking about his journey and how he wasn't expecting the people that went before him, that he really looks up to and really admired, to not support him with his innovative ideas and ways of thinking, and his innovative energy that he's brought to the world. Now, before I go any further here, it's really important that you focus right now on the context of what I am talking about. So what do I mean by that? Regardless of your political ideologies or what you support politically or who you support politically, you have to look at every situation and view what people are talking about and teaching about based on the context. So right now I'm sharing an analogy when it comes to Elon Musk. Okay, I'm talking about a very specific context. That does not mean that I agree or align with everything that is Elon Musk or his beliefs or how he shows up in the world, okay? We need to get out of our black and white thinking and be willing to hear people out, okay? When they are sharing something personal, or using an analogy or using an example from somebody else as a teaching tool. And please don't assume that because I am using Elon Musk as an example, that I fully align with everything, that is going on with him, or choices that he's made, or criticisms that I am for or against, criticisms made against him, okay? This is part of coming into balance. This is part of coming out of a narcissistic and codependent way of being and viewing and thinking and showing up in the world is being able to assess, process what somebody is talking about given the context, and take the time to process and respond accordingly as you expand upon different ways of thinking, different ways of viewing, and not just aligning with one group or one way of thinking, okay? That's something that I want to get out of the way real quick. So back to the Elon Musk analogy, I was being shown how he was very saddened that he didn't have the support of those who went before him, and that he would have really loved to have their support when it comes to his innovative ways of being and thinking, and what he has worked on within his companies, okay? And how, he's gone up against a lot of adversity. And I know that my spiritual team was showing me this this experience, this documented experience and interview with Elon Musk to prepare me for the criticisms and people not supporting what I'm doing, okay? Because I've known for a while that it's going to be really hard for people to grasp what I'm saying or support what I'm saying. It's going to take time. And it's going to take time for people to fully process and have the understanding when it comes to what I am talking about here on my channel on a deep level, because it's a very extreme claim. It's a claim that I am making that sounds extremely fictitious, like I said. So I wanted to share with you guys that I too am in fear today. I too am worried to take these steps to continue moving forward, to be my authentic self, to express myself from a standpoint of that I have been given this great opportunity, but also a great responsibility to share what I have been guided to share through my spiritual team around me. It is very difficult for me to do this. It's not easy in any kind of capacity. I'm constantly told that I am crazy, that all these outlandish things are said about me on a regular basis because I publicly express myself to the best of my ability from an authentic state of being where I'm not hiding that I am a medium. I get messages from the other side. I believe in manifestation. I believe that we are creators. I believe that we are God-like beings whom can embody God energy, and that we can step into limitless possibilities here on this planet in this lifetime to create whatever it is we desire to experience, okay? I already get a lot of backlash and laughs and sneers and, people from religious people who have religious, come from a religious framework. They also think that I'm evil. They think that mediumship is evil. They think that they're always like, oh, well, who are you talking to? And how do you know that it's of a good, of the light, or of evil? And I'm constantly being bombarded with all this judgment and preconceived notions based upon other people's ways that they have been programmed to believe. So I just wanted to share with you guys that even though I have videos where I'm talking about, if you think you can, you can. If you think you won't, then you won't. And it's all about your thoughts. And if I can do it, you can do it. Well, we're all dualistic, right? So I have that aspect of me that is very motivational, and I believe that I can, and this is how I got to where I am today. But I also have that other side of me where I'm just as human as everyone else, and I am very scared to continue to keep putting this content out there because I know people are going to come attacking me and what I'm saying and heavily criticizing me. And that's how narcissism works, is to, now it depends on the context. Again, there can be healthy constructive criticism, which I welcome. But also there can be cruelty towards people like me when people are coming from a narcissistic pattern of behavior where I was shown that people are going to reject me, deny me, abandon me, and be like, no, we don't support you or what you're saying, because they are going to show up from a narcissistic standpoint as to reject my light and the truths that I am sharing here, because you really have to be willing to take accountability as a human being to improve your life. And narcissistic people are void of accountability. And this is the whole premise of my work, is that when you actually take accountability and responsibility for yourself and your life, and you take those steps to shift and heal and transform, that's how you reverse age. And a lot of people don't want to do that work. A lot of people don't want to step into responsibility and accountability and do what they need to do to right their wrongs, to clear their conscience, to clear their conscience, to show up in a respectful manner in the world, to do the work on themselves, to self-love and heal from their codependency, right? This is work. And it's accountability, and it's personal responsibility. So like I said, people will reject what I'm saying. What I am saying is very simple. We have made everything that is happening in this world that is violent and disordered and chaotic and narcissistic really complex. But the reality is it's very, very simple what is going on. It's not easy to heal and transform from it, but to understand it is, and to see it for what it is, when you do see it for what it is, and you do the work to be able to see clearly, you're going to see how simple the solution is that a lot of people are going to reject, because it will force them to face themselves in the mirror. And most people are not willing to do that. So today I just have been going through a lot of fear, like, oh my gosh, I was shown a future potential that I might get so much criticism that I would back away from my platform for a while. And I was like, no, I've worked way too hard, way too long, gone through so much to be able to present this information. And I hope and pray that I will never do that, that I would never let, overwhelming amounts of criticism and attack push me and back me into a corner. And I hope if I ever have a moment of feeling that way, that you guys will hold me accountable. I believe that when I have a support system around me, that will not happen. I believe that when I have a support team of people who understand what I'm doing and are in support of what I am doing, and they realize that I am guided by the divine to do this, that in so having that support system, I will be able to just keep breaking through these barriers of fear and self-doubt. Like, no, this is a valuable message. This needs to be shared, and I can prove the validity of what I'm saying over time if people are patient and they're willing to hear me out and see the results that I am creating over time, because results are king. People's opinions, people's ways they view the world, people's belief systems are not king. It's the results that we see, that we experience in our everyday life, that tell us the truth above everything else, okay? That's really important to realize and to recognize. So I'm being guided back to the whole Elon Musk thing. I don't want to bring up this Elon Musk analogy to say I'm like Elon Musk or anything like that. I am not saying that. I was just bringing it up to share with you guys that I was shown his particular circumstance to cause me to continue to prepare myself for criticism and people turning their backs on me, and people that went before me that I look up to may not agree with what I am saying, okay? So, and those are similar things that he has faced in his work, and many other people like him have faced people not supporting their innovative ideas or ways of being or showing up in the world. So I want to share with you guys that outside of constructive criticism, that a narcissistic mentality functions to be critical of those around them in a destructive manner, to tear them down and induce a shame and sense of embarrassment in those whom they are trying to tear down, so that you are stopped from stepping into your more expansive godlike energy. And what I decided today was that I am not going to allow any criticism that comes near me to stop me from what I am guided to share here on my channel, and to stop me from stepping into my expansive energy. Like I said, I'm open to constructive criticism, but if anyone is trying to tear me down from a narcissistic way of being, I am not going to allow them to break me down into shame and humiliation and embarrassment to the degree that I diminish myself. And this is what I want to encourage you guys to do as you go on this healing journey. I want to encourage you to realize that when you feel shame and embarrassment from narcissistic people around you and the society and culture around you, as you step into a more authentically expressive version of yourself and you're honoring yourself, realize that when they are being critical of your authentic expression, they are intentionally inducing you with humiliation and shame to keep you sick and to keep you suppressing and repressing your expansive God energy. So I'm making a pact. I've been making a pact with myself today as I've been resting and recharging my batteries. And I've been working on transmuting this fear and this anxiety around, all the criticism that has come my way, regarding the criticisms and everything that I'm going to face here as I put myself out there on a public platform in a very vulnerable way. I've been making a pact to keep going, keep expressing, and not allow what happens around me to stop me from expressing, because that is what narcissistic, abusive people and mentalities want, is to shame you out of stepping into your authentic self and what your purpose is on this planet, and make you feel like, again, what you want to accomplish and what you're doing is not possible. So this is kind of a long video, and thank you for your patience as I am expressing myself at the pace that I am. I am dealing with a lot at the moment. I wanted to get on here and be honest and authentic and transparent with my audience and let everyone know that even though I have worked to create aspects of heaven in my life, experience heavenly experiences and manifestations in my life, I still experience duality as much as I can create beautiful manifestations in my life and transformational shifts in my life. I still experience the duality. I still experience the downs in life. And I want people to see this, and I want people to see authenticity coming from me. And I want to be able to express that so that I am not carrying the weight of everything that I am facing by myself, so that I can continue to heal and expand my energy and be healthy. And as I continue to share, as I continue to upload videos, I'll share more and more about what is happening with me authentically as I am guided to share it in steps. And to close, I just want to again encourage you guys to realize that if you are feeling so worried about what other people are going to think of you, or you're worried about criticism, or being embarrassed for stepping into your true self and what makes you happy, realize that it's normal to feel that way because we've been conditioned to have that response in a narcissistic pandemic. But if you can start to see it clearly and that you've been induced with this shame response to feel humiliation, to feel like, oh, you're weird. Oh, she's so weird. She's so eccentric. She's talking about how she's a medium, and oh my gosh, like I think she channels dark energy. You know what? The more you can become aware of the narcissistic mentality and that they are projecting their own ignorance and lack of understanding, and them having diminished their own God energy, and them not having stepped into their own light, the more you realize that that's going on and you're being projected on, the more you can break away from that feeling of shame and humiliation and be like, you know what? Yeah, I might face some criticism. Yeah, I am scared to put myself out there, but I'm not going to let the criticism around me stop me. And if people want to try to shame me for how I am authentically expressing in the world, once I see the state that they are expressing from, and that in this context it has to do more about them and how they haven't honored themselves as individuals and who they are authentically, the more you can see that and recognize that, the more you can free yourself from being induced with a shame response, okay? So that's what I want to share with you today, and I will continue on in the next video. Have a good one.